Okay. Hari Kaksha Prachanati. Okay. Uh, so all wonderful points. Children to be groomed in Krishna consciousness, values of life, learn basics to operate in the world. Fantastic. All these are very good points. Vedic primer, leadership skills. Okay. So I would mention on related to grooming children in Krishna consciousness, because that is a common thread everywhere. I'm so happy to hear that from everybody, that everybody is talking about Krishna consciousness. So happy to hear that, and thank you all very much for bringing that up. In fact, our whole purpose is that our the center purpose is that if they can become, if their heart becomes softer towards Krishna, towards the whole Shastra, to the Shastra, to the Acharyas, and they develop attraction, attachment to Krishna, then life is successful. Any moment, this material world is so unpredictable. So therefore, Shastra says that first, most important responsibility of parents, teachers, the guardians, is that they should give Krishna consciousness to the children. That is, if they can think of Krishna, if they develop attraction to Krishna, attachment to Krishna, then life is successful. No matter what may happen to the life, they will pass through that very easily. Bhavam budhir vatsapadam param padam. Very easily they can cross over this the problems, the challenges the material world throws at us every moment actually. So they can easily pass through even death. They can easily successfully pass the exam at any point. So no problems. The first important is to develop love, attachment to Krishna. In order to develop attachment to Krishna, it is not easy. The main point is the teachers who are teaching them should have that attachment. Then only they can pass that attachment to children also. And further, the association, the students, the friends, they also should have similar kind of atmosphere. Then they can, it will be further catalyzing the process. So this is the main purpose, and how we can achieve this. This was our whole purpose of starting and planning KCShiksha. So I'm very happy that you all have brought that. So definitely that is the main criteria. And if at all you feel anytime we are going away from that purpose, very purpose, you should kindly, this is my humble request, that kindly let us know that this is what is better, and always we should be able to correct our path and make it bring back to the purpose. Otherwise the purpose is, if it is not solved, then the whole other things will not happen. Other things are very easy to achieve. Everything else will happen very easily once they develop attachment. In fact, our students are not feeling, when they relate to teachers, they don't feel as if they're like maths teacher or science teacher. In other schools, they get afraid actually if they see the face of maths teacher. Literally, you don't feel like doing anything in the whole day. But when they see the devotee teachers and all, they become very, they don't feel that it is like any particular academic subject going on. It's like, very devotees teaching. So it is very nice. So this way, relationships and, other studies also will happen very easily. As far as other points, there are a few like values of life. So we have, I will explain that as we go along. But quickly, the central point on Krishna consciousness, yes, that is the main purpose. And academics wise also, we are giving them basic required, so that they should be able to cope up, in the whenever they attend, an examination, they should be able to clear that. Once they clear the 10th examination, or up to that level, if they're marching towards that, we should be able to cover all those subjects. Then it will be, for them, it's not a it's not at all a problem to go ahead in and choosing a livelihood. So we are having two things agenda in this coming month, which we will be starting. One is a career development cell. Means we will be able to identify and understand the need of the child and where they are better placed, instead of making them study trigonometry and so many other things that may in future. We can guide them right now. If they're good at law, or they can be good at law or become a judge, then no need to go into heavy studies of mathematics, or they can go into arts, LLB, and become a judge also. So we can identify accordingly. We need devotees in all fields, right? Then in all fields of society, we need devotees. Then the society can be Krishna conscious. Whole society can be guided properly. So that kind of society we need, where all the, then the whole society will be very nicely guided. This is a requirement, need of the day. So that way we should be able to, these are the devotees, these are the children who will become in future, if we train them nicely. So career development cell is one agenda we are having. And another agenda we are having is chapter programs. So Mataji brought this very important point, chapter program. So we will have that chapter 1 devotee we are going to have full time into this only, to plan all the chapters, keep in touch with the chapter coordinators, give them sufficient information, take information from them. Very important on safety issues, how to guide them, take the reports, conduct meetings between chapters, say Mumbai chapters, Bangalore chapter. So between chapters, we can have exchange program discussions. So many things, many possibilities are there, and every week or every once in 15 days, fortnightly, they can meet and do various things. So some discussions are happening. We should be able to soon solve that, achieve that actually. So chapter programs and the career development cell, that we will do it. Regarding counseling for parents and counseling for children, we are having a special department and handled by Kunti Mataji. Since Vivek Prabhu, you were in Kaumara 1, there was no need, in fact, to do that. But all our parents, from other batches might recall. But still, we can do certain counseling programs. That is very important. Apart from that, counseling personally by calling up the parents and students, that is happening, and personal attention is given. Kunti Mataji has elaborate notes on each individual child. What are they doing? What have they done? So each individual child, she keeps a very detailed record of their behaviors in the class. She takes reports from all different places. Very voluntarily she's doing. Mataji is so amazing. She does it very, very lovingly, voluntarily, and keeps track record of each child and calls them to guide them and counsel them. So this is happening for the elderly kids. That is from Pauganda, especially Pauganda B onwards. So some Pauganda A also Mataji must have touched. Okay. Madhavendra's mother, Mataji, you had anything to say?
Yes, so actually I wanted to know that now Kaumara 1 and Madhavendra will go to Kaumara 2, then Kaumara 3 is also there too.
No, there is no 3, is 2, and then Pauganda A.
Yes, according to his age, I think Kaumara 2 has writing and tables.
Yeah. No, he that we will discuss, Mataji. I will just find out about his thing. I will exactly tell him. I will discuss.
Last year's
no, Kaumara 1 only, level 2 they are going. Kaumara 1, level 2 actually.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Mataji, I spoke to Prabhuji yesterday, like how it will go on. I had explained to Prabhuji yesterday when I called up to her, to him.
Okay.
I think Prabhuji did not convey you. Anyhow, Mataji, I'll call you after the class and I'll inform you.
Okay.
And one more thing is that, Prabhuji, I wanted to ask you, they will grow up and obviously they have to go again into the material world only to earn their upadhi. So how, whatever we have given, obviously it will be there, whatever Chitta Conscious we are giving, but again they have to go and mix with, mingle with outside world only. No, Prabhu. So how we can understand this?
How to understand this?
Means
How they will do it, how they will happen, how it will happen. See, Mataji, two things. See, we all learned, I'll tell you very frankly, there is no problem, let me assure you, as far as learning is concerned, let us be very 100% sure, there is no problem in going, see, we are giving up to 10th standard. We are giving up to 10th standard. After 10th also, they have to go and get into 11th, 12th and whatever field that we also identify and they also can get into, right? Parents also will guide and they can get into any. Ultimately, if they want to get into any particular area, they see there are 2, 3 things. One is the basic life skill for livelihood. Your main question is about livelihood. So I will quickly finish and we'll start the presentation. The livelihood wise, they should either get there are only 3 ways. One is they should be able to become an entrepreneur and do either do a business or do some goods, sell some goods or do some service and gain their livelihood. Okay, that is one way. Become an entrepreneur. They should be trained into that. Second means everybody, as per Shastra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, this Satyanvrata Vritti or entrepreneurship is common for all, whether it's Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. So one thing is they should be proficient, either they are Brahmana, Brahminical, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they should be in their own skill set, they should have skill, plus they should be able to become an entrepreneur. Okay, and second thing connected to entrepreneurship is agriculture also. They should know how to grow their own food, basic things. They should at least know how to grow their own, put a seed and grow something. They should know how to do that, how to prepare the soil, how to prepare the seed, how to put the, how to take care of it, how to get the output. They should know that. If they know, and then finally, if they should be able to get a job. If not all these two, if these, they should be able to get a job. That is called Shwavritti. So they should be able to get a job means they should go and with the skill sets, they should present themselves that I am ready for this such a job. Please employ me. The employment will happen. And so now employment wise, if you ask me, uh, there are no employments, then it's a different issue. That's a completely different issue. Whether employment is available or not, that is a completely different issue. But point is, they should be skill set. Now, how many engineering students are there who are unemployable or unemployed? Skill sets they have, but engineering, every nook and corner has started in engineering college. How many will be employed actually? So most of them are employed in completely different area, what they learned. Earning livelihood is somehow we have to earn a livelihood. That's the main issue. It's not that what I have studied only I will. So everybody thought engineering studying means I will get some job, but that is not happening. So who will care about engineering? Let me do something else and get a job and earn my livelihood. So most of the people who are earning after engineering, they are not connected to their what they studied in engineering. They did something else and came to software, or they did something, went to somewhere else. So earning livelihood is something which will happen very easily, naturally, and with the education and training, it's not a big issue. It will happen. Only problem is a career guidance. Otherwise, what we are thinking without guidance, oh, either only engineering, medical, or some, commerce, something like some 3 streams, 4 streams, and we become, after 20 years or 20 years, we will understand it was a waste of time. Actually, really nothing happened. So many engineering students are sitting at home. Actually, I know that. I'm just saying. Even medical is, after doing medical also, the MBBS are seen like, nowadays they are not even respected. Actually, they have to complete their PG, and PG also nowadays, okay, you have done PG is like MBBS before. Oh, you have done PG, okay, that's good, okay, that's it. If they have done super specialization and super special, that by that time they'll be 35 years. 35 years, and especially very dangerous for ladies. If the girls get into MBBS, and if they're satisfied with MBBS, that's fine. If they want to do super specialization, life is spoiled. Anyway, most important is to livelihood is, as I mentioned, entrepreneurship. We have a special program on entrepreneurship in KCShiksha only. We have one session, one course called for entrepreneurship for elderly kids. Madhavendra is too young now. Yeah.
One more thing is that, like nowadays, what I came across is that everything has become so friendly. Like mother and father are also so friendly. Teachers are also so friendly. Like all reverence towards mother and father, or to guru. Somewhere I felt it is missing from, because everyone is like playful. Okay, that is how kids are. You should play with them. In that this thing, Prabhu, I felt they will become very casual with elders. They will not have that. Yes, they are elders. I should speak to them this way, or it
Okay.
is becoming extra friendly. I felt.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. There is nothing like extra friendliness or anything. Don't have to worry. See, first thing is Madhavendra is very young. Second thing is, our calculation is only Krishna consciousness. No other calculation. Don't keep other calculations. If we think of our own ideas, like you said, means whether they are becoming this way or that way, then we may end up, trying to artificially do something. But our guidance should be Shastra, and guidance should be Krishna consciousness. That's all. So if they're becoming Krishna conscious, there's nothing like more or less. I mean, more, nothing like that. So, it should be well, guided, and at the same time, the calculation should be Krishna consciousness. That's all. So, no problem. You see, younger kids are not an issue. It's too early to tell anything about them. Yeah, that's okay. See, fatherly strictness will always be there. If they're getting too, that the father will say, "Hey, come on," then they'll not automatically keep quiet. That's not a problem. So motherly love and fatherly, strictness will happen. Natural. Yeah? That's okay.
And finally, Prabhu, I have missed KCShiksha is like boon, Prabhu, because I have here we have some senior devotees. They wanted to do homeschooling, but because of no proper guidance, they ended up in medical education, and then now kids are in engineering. But somehow, I think we are not, because of KCShiksha, some homeschooling, if we want to do, we have got some guidelines. Like this is the way we should go.
Yeah.
Earlier it was not like this.
Yeah. It's very fortunate. Actually,
yeah, Krishna's arrangement. So basically, yeah, homeschooling, and also those who want to. So in all ways, if we can achieve. So as Mahati Mataji also said, if chapter programs are also achieved, it will be really, perfect blend of the requirements. So let's try to achieve that together, and please also help us in that and give us constant feedback. Yeah. So I think, if you permit me, I will go ahead with a few points which I wanted to achieve. I will bring quickly to this. why we talk about Krishna consciousness as the main focus. I'm very happy that you all brought that. So I don't emphasize much on this, but I'll just quickly bring to these two important points. There is a statement in Upanishads where a discussion happens on education. So at that time, this statement is coming called as Savidya Ya Vimuktaye. What is education? Education is that which can liberate one from the cycle of birth and death. This is the understanding of education according to Shastra. Means everybody is entangled in the cycle of birth and death. We are taking birth, again dying, again taking birth, again dying. The cycle is going on, and foolishly we are engaged, entangled in this. But a human being can understand, what is the purpose of life. And now the education means he should be trained and guided. He should be educated enough that he should be able to break this cycle of birth and death. That is education. Huh? Give me a second, please. Hare Krishna. Hello, sir. Yes, I'm. Sorry for that break. So, Savidya Ya Vimuktaye means if we can educate the child in that to break. So, what is that? How to break? So, very wonderful in Bhagavatam. The same kind of statement is given by Narada Muni. Savidya tan matiryaya. He says education means that which can make one to think of Krishna always. This is education. I mean, if we can think of Krishna, at the time of death also we think of Krishna. Anytime we think of Krishna. Means everything is connected to Krishna. So naturally we connect everything to Krishna. So we are thinking of Krishna naturally. So in that spontaneous connection with Krishna or with everything and thinking of Krishna, connecting everything to Krishna, we are Krishna conscious. And that consciousness is education. That kind of, if we can bring that consciousness, that is education. So we see in our children actually whole day, even in 3 hours what we are teaching them, rest of the other time they are completely thinking of what we have taught in the class and they are playing throughout the day. We see in our children actually, all the parents, they tell us, we see our own children. So this is amazing actually, natural. That is how they are thinking of Krishna and being Krishna conscious. So life goes on like this, very blissfully. So there is no that they are not stressed. So people may get confused. Are they learning nicely or not? Because learning nicely means becoming very stressed and very tensed. But here it's not so needed. That is not required. Some stress or some this thing will be there. That is also blissful. That is also enjoyable. Okay, if we cannot give that, then it's very wrong path. Means that is the most important. And they should be developing vidya dadati vinayam. They should be able to develop vinayatva. The first quality is humility and other qualities. So all the other qualities starting with humility. If they can do this, then we can say, oh, they have really got the right education. So they should be Krishna conscious. And that symptom should be seen in a child, that we can easily identify whether a person is a very garva, having a garva, that ahankara, or their vinayatva, humble. We see education in today's world is they become very, very proud and very having too much ego. I am so and so PhD, but basic they don't know multiplication table also. PhD people. So in other words, they may have so much pride, but their reality is something very nothing actually. So that should not be the case. But a educated person means is always naturally humble, that I don't know anything, I want to learn, I want to understand, I want to study, I want to understand more. The humility is the first step, but that is crushed in the modern education. And we are trying to do that, achieve that. Uh, so that is not so easy. That is achievable by the association of teachers. If teachers are humble, naturally, students also will learn that quality. See, these are the things that we cannot easily teach them. But we can teach them what the meaning of humility, how to be humble, how to train them a little bit. At the same time, by seeing the teachers, they will also learn. So I'll skip a few things. So now I would like to bring upon some important points which will help us to guide the children in this. First of all, if we want to make them humble, then as parents we have a lot of work to do. If we are humble, then children also will be humble. If we are not so, then they will also not be so. So first thing is how to surrender to the guru. So that's why first step is to surrender to guru, means they should be humble. If they are not humble, they will challenge, hey, who is this person? We have done this, why they are not able to teach us properly? This will be the question. Means this will be the way we will deal with the, means normal material school. How do we deal? We go and challenge and even fight with the teachers also. Sometimes it happens that we go and challenge. Of course, we are humble and we respect them, but up to certain extent only. That's it. But they are supposed to do their duty. We have seen. So teachers are supposed to be, is not like a guru. But what we want to bring here in the culture and KCShiksha is, first of all, they should surrender to guru. If they don't surrender to guru, if the children are not taught to surrender to guru, then the learning will not start. This is the problem of normal education. Means that's why even in normal education, whatever material education, if the child thinks what he will teach, let me see, or whatever he teaches I know already, then they will not be able to learn. Right. So so yeah. So first step is whether we are purchasing the education or surrendering and humbly learning. If we can bring children to the point of the surrendering and humbly learning, then we have achieved the most important first step of education. That is, unless this happens, the education process will not start. They should be humble and surrender more, that they want to learn from the teachers. If they don't have that, if they feel that we have paid and purchased the education, learning will never happen. So my humble request to all parents is to be themselves, show the, be an example themselves by showing that students that these are the teachers who will help us, and we should be in the mood of surrender. We should surrender to them. Only because of that surrender and love, the knowledge transfer will happen. Love of Krishna can be transferred. All the knowledge required Saraswati will come automatically. So this is the education in Shastra, that one should be surrendered and humble. So tadvidhi pranipatena. Then one should be able to ask questions. So kindly guide children to ask questions from the gurus in a very humble way. So yatha khanan khanitrena, unless they ask questions, more will not be able to, they will not be able to dig further. Naturally, children are very shy. You don't have to worry too much and push them that now you ask question, now you ask, not like that. What I mean to say is encourage them, bring them that inquisitiveness. Naturally, they will start inquiring. Even we have seen in our sessions, Rasapriya Mataji also can tell about it. Children, because we have a strength of 15 students in the class, children become very naturally, what do you call, expressive, and they start, some children who don't never spoke in the first 2 months, they start asking the questions and speaking up. And Mataji, you can
Yes.
tell about it.
Yes. Yeah, many children. So, they are in the schools now. Normally, I see in the outside schools, now only the children who are coming first, they will be allowed to talk. So it happens that these other kids are always suppressed. They are always afraid to talk in front of people and all those things. But we saw in this whole year, 1 year experience, that all the teachers, they encourage every kid to talk, to come up with whatever they want and whatever they want to tell. Now we see that all of the kids are so very good in doing that. So this is because the teachers encourage. We need that a teacher's encouragement brings up the best from the students. So this is what we are trying to do actually.
Yeah, thank you very much. And then parents also can facilitate that. No need to push them, but guide them. You can also ask a question and you encourage them. That's all. Lovingly encourage them and guide them. So that way children learn, as Mataji expressed, that we have seen that experience, that children who did not speak up for asking questions, they started, speaking up, asking questions and all that. That's a very good thing. And sevaya, by doing some service. So service means, at least now, since it's online at this moment, at least they should be able to do assignment. That is seva we are asking, nothing much. And they should be able to, complete whatever has been told. Okay, do this, do that, and we also guide them, certain things. So that way they should be able to serve and follow the instructions of the teacher. So especially when it comes to respecting, we tell the teachers to address the students, to address the male teachers as acharya and lady teachers as mataji, because they're like mothers. And acharya, actually ladies also they can call as acharya with a long a, but when the motherly feeling is there, then mataji is apt. And acharya, because even that we should also be able to, when we take respect from the students, we are also obliged to give them proper guidance and education. That heavy responsibility comes. So as far as education is concerned, we should be exemplary. All the teachers should be exemplary. So that kind of respect culture will be very good, and that's how we encourage. And upadekshanti, then the learning will happen. Learning will happen in 4 stages. Don't feel that learning the learning will happen in these 4 stages. What is that? For acharyat padamadatte, the first 1/4 of education, grasping of knowledge, will happen by listening to the teachers. Nicely listening to the teacher. So very important is they should be able to listen to the teacher. They should not have disturbance in the atmosphere. They should sit in a place where they can listen to the teacher. Of course, some monitoring is required, whether they are sitting properly or accordingly. Small kids, we should hold them next to us and sit there. But for elderly kids, we should not leave them completely. We should be there around. They should know that we are around, and make sure that they're listening. Initially, there will always be a little up and down. We may feel, oh, this online is not working, but you will be also surprised after some time. We also had this big doubt initially before we started whether this will happen or not, but it is happening actually. After few days, that's why we have started with this Setu Kaksha is starting. After a few days, or for some children a month or so, they will start listening and nicely sitting and listening. They will make friends also, and they feel like I would like to tell what I have done to the teacher. So this kind of this thing will start, and they will listen. Just we need to facilitate. Sometimes what happens after at the end of the program, say 1 year, at the end of the 1 year, they become too, what do you call, casual, or too what do you call, sometimes overly sort of not so interested. At that time we may feel, oh, this online again is not working. But at that time we have to be there for them. As parents, we have to tell them to, not to do that, not to miss the classes, not to attend. So we have to keep a tab. Always we should not do micromanagement, but we should be there anytime, be available for them, guide them, not leave them loose fully, not to micromanage, but we should be always monitoring and helping them. That's what I mean to say, that so that they listen to the teachers nicely. Pada Shishya Swamedhaya. So Padam Shishya Swam, by another 1/4 of education happens by practicing what has been learned. So that practice happens by assignments. So we are having an assignment system. So assignments, if they are doing the assignments, then by practice, by thinking, by doing those exercises, they'll be able to learn the next grasp 1/4 of the knowledge. So 1/4 by listening, 1/4 by practice, and sabrahmacharibhyaha, another 1/4 by teaching others, other pairs, other children. So if possible, in your own atmosphere, when chapter program starts, we can do that exercise. But even in general also, make them teach somebody else. Mataji would like to say something.
Yes, Prabhu. So what we do in our class is sometimes some kids find difficult things. So the kid who is comfortable, they actually teach some concepts. So we do in our class those things. They
Yes.
make them teach the other kid.
Yeah.
So if we have such an environment in the class itself, they will be comfortable, and seeing that other kids also want to do.
Yeah.
Slowly, everybody want to teach each other.
That's
So
true.
this is happening. Yes.
Yeah. We wanted a few Kaishwara kids also to teach, like Hari Bhakti, and I think Amrita, but Amrita is Pavandasi. But others we wanted to also take part in teaching. So younger kids. Let's see if we can give some sessions to them. But in general, if children can teach other children, that is another 1/4 of grasping. We should tell them to come on, teach the younger kid in the house, or a sibling, or anybody else in the neighborhood. They should be able to teach them. Naturally, they go and teach. That happens naturally, but still we can also facilitate that. And Padam Kalakramena cha, next 1/4 will naturally happen over a period of time. It will not happen immediately. After some time, by the influence of time, that assimilation of knowledge will happen. So by practically realizing, practically experiencing that and thinking about it, it will, over a period of time, it will assimilate that knowledge. So that's how the knowledge is gained. So Dakshina, next point is Dakshina, that is any. So one may ask, why are you collecting fees? So actually fees, Dakshina actually means traditionally after the education. After the education, it's a must thing. Vidhihinam asrustanam mantrahinam adakshinam. And then in Dharma Shastra also it is said, Dakshinabhirupetam hi karma siddhyati manada. So with Dakshina only, anything is finalized, means it is achieved. So without respecting, without honoring, without Dakshina, nothing should be taken. Otherwise it is tamoguna, it is said. So in that way, So actually dakshina means at the end of the education. But here the end of education means the whole system is confused. It will become confused, and we won't know how many are with us, how many not with us, how to plan, how not to plan. Whole thing will become confused. So at this situation, at this moment, we are going with the point of collecting the dakshina before the academic year starts. So, but we have other system also, like installment wise also, a monthly installment also we have. Last year we did not have, we had only once in a year, because we didn't know how this whole thing will work. We need proper, a lot of things. We cannot keep calculating the budget and all that. So that's how we had. But this year we have started monthly installment also, 6 monthly, like that. So you can choose, and dakshina can be offered. Dress code, we recommend all the boys to be dressed in as much as possible in dhoti kurta, at least comfortable. If for boys, which can be dhoti kurta, that will be very good to see them in dhoti kurta. And for girls, in a respectable dress, like gopi dress or something, simple traditional dress, not like okay, once in a while here and there it may happen, but still we recommend that they should be dressed respectably. If there is a Punjabi dress, then they should have dupatta, and it should not be sleeveless. As much as possible, it should be at least half sleeve, and they should present themselves respectably. That is most important. At present, we are having co-education, which is in future, if we have good number of students, boys, then girls, then we'll have separate. At this moment, we are having this way. So we recommend that all should be dressed nicely. And Vaishnav Tilak should be there on the forehead. That is a must. That is a must requirement. In fact, we tell our children, if they don't have tilak, please go and put tilak and come and sit. So they must come with a tilak on the forehead. Some norms are there which I would like to bring your notice to. Now it is exactly 11:14. We started at 10:05. I'll try to bring these things and then we will go ahead fast. So some golden rules we can say, which will help all of us to attend the sessions properly. So parents should never speak about an acharya or mataji in a negative way in front of their child. If they speak, oh, this so and so like this in front of the child, then child also will learn that culture. I mean, they'll become they will never be able to learn that subject properly. It will affect their learning process. So kindly ensure that you don't speak about any acharya or mataji in front of the child. There may be something that they're not teaching this way, they should have taught like that. Even those minor points also you can try to avoid in front of the student as much as possible. Otherwise, okay, but still, if we avoid, that is very, very good. It will not affect their learning process. Otherwise, they will have a bar, suddenly they will stop learning properly. Okay, if any issue is there, parents should always address it in the parent teachers meeting or to Pradhan Acharyas. We have class teachers, we call them Pradhan Acharyas, and Rasapriya Mataji is Pracharya, that is a principal. So you can bring it up to Pradhan Acharyas or to Pracharya or to me also, or we will show some of the other devotees who are with us. We will show what are the issues. You can always address to any one of them. So that way it will be easy to discuss and come up with solutions. And always ensure online, always the problem is if the microphone is not muted, then sometimes we speak up and all that. Kindly make sure even if microphone is muted, we should not speak negatively. Like because in other words, sometimes by mistake microphone is on and then it's our habit to speak negatively or something in the class, then it will come up. In any way, in any case, negative speaking during the class should be completely avoided, or in front of the children should be completely avoided. Okay. Students should remain muted unless the Acharya or Mataji asks them to raise the hand and speak. So kindly ensure your children will be trained to raise their hands and speak. Or at least they should say, can I speak? Mataji, Acharya, can I speak? Can I tell some point? Like that they can address and then they can start speaking. This culture we can bring them. And so that's what. So parents need to guide little bit how to raise hands, how to, initially little bit, just little guidance, then they will do it. And one very important point is always keep the child, let the child imbibe the mood that I want to learn. I have a lot to learn. I don't know anything. Or I need to learn. I know I may be knowing this, but I need to learn. So this mood of inquiry, mood of learning culture, if that is maintained, that is very good for the child. Then they will be always enthusiastic to learn. That is very important. Always keep a tab on whether the child is attending the session attentively or not. You just have to keep a monitoring, one eye on the child, whether they are learning, attending session or not. Don't leave it to them completely on their own. And don't feed the child during the class. If they, especially for Kaumara 1, there's no problem because they're very young. Kaumara 2 also to some extent okay, but still better Kaumara 2 should be fed before the class or after the class or during the break, not during the class. So we have break after every class, we have 5 to 10 minutes break. During that time, they can drink, go to washroom. Even if they want to take a quick snack, they can do that. But during the class, kindly try to. That means if we are prepared much before the class starts at 10 o'clock, let's say, then we should be ready at 9:45 at least with the completely everything. Means the computer should be put on and meeting thing should be ready. Just join the button, they should join. So everything should be ready at 9:45, 15 minutes before, and their prasadam also they can finish 9:45, 9:50 maximum. That's it. They need some 10 minutes, 5 minutes to get ready. All the books should be, kept. Required books we will suggest. So just like going to the school with books, they have books on the table, they're required books, whatever subjects, they should be able to pull out and do the notes. So that way, if they're ready, neat and clean, then their learning will become very better. It will become very nice. Do not help children in answering the questions during the class. Sometimes we help them to answer the class and answer. Okay, to some extent, it's fine. But as much as possible, we should encourage them to speak up, not give the answers to them, but you also try, you also try if you can. So that way we can encourage them. If we give answers, then they will start looking for all the things, even small things, they will look for help. They will not feel confident themselves that they can speak up and they should be able to. So let them think there may be mistakes, no problem. Let that they may do mistakes or they may tell wrongly or they may not speak up only, no problem. That's okay. Better they come up themselves. That is much better. And they think about it. So thinking process will happen if we, allow them to come up with their answers that way. So then many parents also talk about overexposure to the technology, especially the screen time. So in KCShiksha, we recommend and strictly request the parents not to give access to computers or tab or the mobiles other than the educational activity that we are doing. That's it. After 3 hours or three, or depending on the elderly kids, they have 4 sessions. So after those sessions, they should be, you know, closing it up, and if their assignment is there, okay, some more time, and that's it. After that, they need not look into the computer or the mobile or anything. They need not worry about too much about screen time. So screen time is very basic, minimal. For younger kids, it's very, very minimal only. For like half an hour, 2 sessions for Comara 1. For Comara 2, it's half an hour session, 3 sessions. So those that way they will be will not have the screen time. So we also strictly request not to give them mobile for playing games. That is very dangerous. This is another reason for cognition problem. So they should not be playing games on computers or mobiles. Please don't give access to, strictly don't give access to play on mobile or computer. Let them go out in nature and play. The problem is nature deficit. There is a syndrome only nowadays they have discovered in children called as nature deficit syndrome. So the problem of nature deficit syndrome is cognition. They become very dull in cognition. They won't able to think. They will not be able to think. They become very dull, cognitively dull. So cognition, when the cognition is dull, they can't think properly. They can't relate things in the matter. They can't think, and they can't do what is, they can't prioritize. They can't think alternatives to a problem, alternatives to achieve some aspect. Otherwise, rather if they play in nature out, if you're living in cities, okay, at least in the park, let them play in the park. Thinking of Krishna Krida, so many activities are there to play. So let them play in the park, see the trees, birds, butterflies, insects, animals, and play. They become very sharp actually. So let them play outside, not on the computers or mobile. And kindly don't discuss the vastness of a curriculum. If a curriculum, if we are teaching is very vast and very difficult to achieve, how will they achieve? It's very, very tough. Actually, the teachers you will be surprised in Rasapriya Mataji can again come into that. But initially, when we were teaching certain subjects, parents used to feel that, my God, they're teaching some 2 standard higher than what their age is. But you'll be surprised. So we told them, cool down, we will, no problem. Our method is to push and pull, and we'll see how much we can stretch them. And if we are not able to, then we'll leave it. Okay, slowly we'll do. But we'll try to push and pull them. And children have the ability. Let me tell you very clearly, children have the ability. And teachers know how to bring that ability out, and they will achieve it. So just give some time. Don't discuss that this curriculum is vast in front of the kids. They'll feel, yeah, it's too tough and all. Don't make them feel that way. In fact, our children, Mataji can come in again. You can explain a point.
Yes, sir. Yeah, few occasions we had like that, where the parents felt these are all too many things covered, syllabus out of syllabus and things. Because in schools, what they do is they don't go the concept. They teach the same concept in 3 different grades. For example, in maths, I'm telling, if it is addition or multiplication, the concept is same, but till 3rd grade, they will only come to the multiplication of 1 digit and 3 digits like that. But here our syllabus is like that. We try to help the kids because the concept is same. They can do it in the same, when they understand the concept, they can do it easily. So that's what we are trying to do. Make the children understand the concept in a better way, that they can solve any number of problems. It is not that they have to wait for go to the 3rd grade and then do these things. So initially parents were having problem, but they themselves later has expressed that their kid is being able to do very nicely these things, and actually it is time has been saved. They don't have to go through 3 years to complete this particular concept. So it happens initially, parents might feel, but you will be amazed how the kids they come up very expertly doing things. It will be very easy for them actually, unless we like if we are discussing the vastness, they feel, oh, I'm doing too much, so maybe I cannot that becomes a blocker, and they will not be able to excel according to their capacity. So we have experienced that kids are able to do things. Fraction, the most difficult part. Actually, for me, it was a difficult part. I was wondering how I'm going to teach, but that was fraction was the best thing. At the end of the class, all the students and all the parents, they told every time when they go through the some eatables, they come up with fractions. So that is the best thing I understood, and all of them really like the fractions. So in this way, we can see that kids can grow, but no, the education curriculum outside is that they want to limit, this, okay, this much is enough. They don't want to give an open space for their mind to grow. So we are trying to do that. In that way, there might be some things coming up. Some kids might not able to do, but we are trying to help them also to come up. But some kids, most of the kids, we will be amazed. They will be doing things wonderfully. So we have that experience.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. So that way, certain curriculum aspects, we may have a different approach. Time to time, we have parent-teachers meeting. We have a syllabus committee. We review that all the things what has been, and kindly give your feedback. Anytime we should be able to, see where best can be done. Okay. So again, few more points in this. Encourage children to complete assignments on time. So you will get the KCShiksha app. Vijay Gopinath Prabhu will have a demo session soon. Within a few days, we will plan a demo session on the KCShiksha app as well as Microsoft Teams. It's not a very big thing, very easily you'll be able to, but still we can have a small demo. So there is an assignment section. You will always get an SMS as well as a push notification with a alarm bell or something kind of in this thing, where you can see that an assignment has been issued. You can make sure children are, do that assignment. Encourage children to keep the videos on during the session. As much as possible, videos should be on. So this is what we request the children and parents also we request, so that we should be able to see what the child is, are they learning, are they able to. So by seeing their expressions, by seeing their face only, we will be able to understand whether they're attentive, they're attending properly, they're able to understand or not. So kindly encourage children to keep the videos on during the class. And many times we were told that teachers should be strict. So our teachers are also sometimes quite strict. If they don't on, they don't start the class. Sometimes, depending on the situations, we give relaxation. That's okay. If they're not well, if there's some other time zone, say in other country, time zone is very early. So certain occasions, they may not be able to put on the video. That is understood. But usually we request strictly to, and parents also kindly ensure that they put on the video. As I mentioned, let the whole thing be ready even before the class starts. So 10 minutes before, at least 10 to 15 minutes before, they should be ready. Everything should be made ready for them, or after some time they themselves will make them ready. So you can make sure. So this another culture we should bring in, very important for classes to successfully happen, is to make sure children raise their hands, or at least not speak randomly. Children love to speak. Some are little silent naturally, some are more talkative. Children are like that. So sometimes the more talkative ones will keep speaking, and those who are silent, they keep silent. but as we mentioned, that even the silent ones will start speaking after some time because they cannot survive with talking within between talkative students. They have to speak up. So they will speak, but still we request to bring in this culture of raising hands. So although we tell the children to do that, some cooperation required so that initially we groom them like that. So parents can note that they should groom them to speak unless they are not called, they should not speak, or certain subjects there will be open speaking, no problem. As many you want to speak, you can speak. Certain subjects they need some kind of proper coherence required to take the class ahead, or during certain time of the class they need to be silent and listen first. So this way we can always encourage them to raise their hands and speak. So I hope you all have a good internet connection. If you don't have laptop, at least a desktop or whatever, as much as possible, desktop and laptop are the most preferable ones. If you don't have, a tab is also okay. A bigger screen tab, that is also good, no problem. Phone is the last option. We should always keep emergency if you're traveling here and there and something you're not, internet is not connecting and certain things. Okay, phone is fine, no problem. But majority of their classes, if they can attend through laptop or desktop, that is better. So this is how some of the pictures of our children attending. Table is not compulsory. They can sit down also. They can sit down also on the ground. Like here, one girl, Amrita, she is sitting down and tab is there on top. Some are sitting on the table. That is also fine. They can keep, all their things accordingly. Okay. So I won't go. It's already 1.5 hours now. We have various faculty, wonderful faculty, I must say. Rohit Sharma ji, he will teach Sanskrit. We have other Sanskrit teachers, but they're more like guest faculties. Rohit ji will be more of often. I will also teach for younger kids sometimes when I'm available. Shuddha Nityananda Prabhu, actually his name. He is our. He will be conducting, and he will also teach DT worship seminar. He will teach Vedas for those who are done Upanayana Samskara, not otherwise. But we can give basic idea of Vedas to children, no problem. Bhindananitai Prabhu will join us. He's also guest faculty. Slowly he will teach Vedic maths to our children. Other faculties are there. Krishna Chandra Prabhu, he will teach as guest faculty on Bhagavad Gita. Rasika Priti Mataji on arts. Like this, we have wonderful teachers. Pranath Prabhu is yoga expert. He'll be teaching yoga and asana, pranayama to children. Sessions we will have a series of session on that. Aniket Prabhu on Mridanga Kartal and harmonium. Abhiram Prabhu on cow protection related club, cow protection club he will be handling. Ashish Vyas Prabhu is a guest faculty. We still don't have him as of now. He's interested and we have onboarded. Prabhu is there. He'll teach slowly. He is little busy at this moment. Arti Mataji, now she's initiated as Niti Gata Mataji. So she will also be teaching. Ujjwala is my wife actually. She is, we will have certain, what you call, consultations, health consultations once in 3 months. So at that time you can bring up, any health requirements of the children, you can bring up and we can address that. Then we have other teachers, Mohini Mataji, Hemagut Mataji, Veena Mataji is there more often. She's full-time, most of the time with us, teaching. So like this, we have Sanchari Mataji, Vrindavaneshwari Mataji. Vrindavaneshwari Mataji is arts teacher, Sanchari Mataji English, but she's taken a break. She has a child, so she has taken a break. Vrindavaneshwari Mataji will teach arts. Kunti Mataji, Uma Devi Kunti Mataji, she's, as I mentioned, she will be counselor. for all our children. Vidhi Mataji English she will be teaching. She's Vidhi Mataji is also her name now is Vidhi Bhakti, I think. So Mataji is also Hare Krishna TV anchor. You might see her in the Hare Krishna TV. So she is teaching English for our elderly kids. Benu Mataji maths she will teach. Shweta Mataji has taken a break. She will be teaching English. Vinodini Mataji for younger kids. She teaches all various subjects, and she is also into organizing role plays like that. So very, I would say we have more teachers. Karishma Mataji, Rasapriya Mataji, I think I have not shown here. Like this, we have many more teachers, all around 30 empaneled teachers. Wonderful. We have Narada Pancharatra Prabhu now for Pauganda C, teaching maths. He's having IIT background, IIT, NIT background, a very, very well qualified person, devotee. So all devotees initiated, most of them are initiated 99%, 1 or 2 are on the way for initiation, but all are very well-trained devotees. So that is a array of teachers we have, I would say very well qualified. Then some policies, I won't bore you. We have varieties of policies like attendance policy, assignment policy. I will share these policies. Don't feel that I will go through these policies now. I will not. I think some are maybe feeling tired and hungry or feeling sleepy also. So I'll just quickly mention the names so that at least you know that these people are doing something. We have, I can show, we do have certain policies. I think you can see the screen. Do you see the screen? This screen now?
Yes, yes.
Showing
Yes,
the
yes.
policies?
I can see.
Yes.
Okay. So we have attendance policy, like for example, where did it go? Suddenly vanished. Okay, policies. So here we have attendance policy. For example, they should be actively attending. Attendance means what? The definition of attendance is they should be active in the class, not simply come to the class, but they should be able to active throughout the class. Active means they should be able to answer. Sometimes what happens, the children, they come to the class, but switch off the video and vanish and as if they're present. That will not be accepted as attendance. So we naturally want to see whether they're attending the class. So we need to see them that they're responding during the class also. So only when they respond in the middle of the class also we can take them that they are attended. So only then the teacher will mark as attended. Otherwise they will not be marked as attended. Somebody is editing? Okay. Yeah, okay. Mataji just highlighted. Yeah. Okay, so attended. So 90%, we need 90% of the time during the class. If 10%, okay, they might have gone to washroom or something. That's okay. But during the class, if they're active 90% of the time, then only we consider them as attended. Otherwise, we won't take them as attended. So, and then if they're not attending, there should be a leave application at least. They should be we should be informed that they're not going to come to the class. How to go for a leave? There is a kcshiksha.com/help desk. If you go to KCShiksha website, there's a help desk here, and in that help desk, you can see different categories. Submit a ticket, and then there is a leave application here. Where is leave application? Leave application here, and then you go there, you can enter. They are not going to come on this day, then they will be informed. The teacher will be informed that they are not coming, etc. Okay, so that is about attendance. Some more points are that will also be calculated in the final what you call report card. 5 marks out of that will be out of 10 marks will be allowed for the means some percentage of marks will be carried for the attendance of the class throughout the year. And regarding assignment, yes, ma'am. Regarding assignment, we have what do you call a maximum of 4 assignments per subject and minimum of 1 assignment per week. So definitely 1 assignment will be given, one assignment will be given of every subject. And time will be given, enough time will be given. If you feel that time is too short, you can express, but at least 5 days to 1 week time will be given for a particular assignment. Some assignments may be little faster required, then accordingly we can see. But sufficient time will be given to submit an assignment, and sometimes, most of the times, we give late submission, except we'll allow late submissions also, if they may be traveling or something like that, no problem. But again, assignments also will carry some percentage of marks in the final report card. So make sure that children may do the assignments. It will not be too much of writing and this and that, but whatever, assignment is there. Regarding evaluation and examination, we don't bug them too much with evaluations and every monthly test. I used to hate monthly test in my schools actually, but we won't bug them too much with the monthly assignments and all that. But whatever small assignments will be some time to time, just oral assignment or like that, that will also be, that they can attend. You can encourage them. It will be very simple. They won't feel that it is they won't evaluation. They won't feel like that that's like an evaluation. But there will be one midterm to ensure what we have learned till now, what we have taught till now, have they understood or not. So after 6 months, there will be one midterm examination. It will not be like a big examination, but a midterm sort of a evaluation of the children. And then we have a annual evaluation, annual exam. So midterm exam and annual exam will be there. All that we have conducted last time also, midterm and annual. Annual, you will have to submit the hard copies by post after submitting the soft copies. Midterm, there's nothing like that. All that will be informed prior. And much before the examination dates will be announced, and preparation time will be given, and preparation also encouraged, in various ways. So it's not going to be a huge thing. Don't have to worry. Very easily they will pass through all those things. It's just our own understanding whether we are able to teach them properly or not. This evaluation for ourselves. Then we have very important on child protection. We need safety of the children. I humbly request all the parents to always keep an eye on the child, wherever they are going, wherever they are mingling. Are they safe? Are they, going anywhere? Always we cannot keep 100% eye on the children. Children are children, they go away, run away and do all those things. But as much as possible, we should keep an eye on child, make sure they are safe and all that. At the same time, during the class also, we have a system and policy in place that discrimination should not happen between children, like based on age, race, color, gender. Means this is as a policy, we must have such a policy that there is no discrimination based on anything. And there should not be any, sexual or any other kind of, abuse should not be there. So that kind of abuse, of course, in online, that physical abuse is very this thing, but still, parents also, we request them to make sure they don't hit, beat, kick, and etc. etc. Of course, fathers and elders sometimes do that, but into a limit, so that they are cared for, nicely. As much as possible, we can follow the Shastra and guidelines and correct ourselves. Mental and emotional abuse is very subtle. We request parents to also be careful in this, and we if you notice that such a thing is something is happening in the class or something during the education training program, you can always kindly immediately report that. Hmm. Exploitation, sexual abuse, or online. So there are some online also some kind of abuse may happen, like I mentioned, what do you call, emotional abuse, or there may be some kind of negligence, or it's called cyber bullying the child or something like that. So if you notice anything, you kindly let us know, and we should be able to act that quickly. We have a child protection team, not so very active because not much reports has been happening, but we do have this policy in place, and we do try to amend these and just, make sure these are all in place, and we care for this. So we have this in the policy, how to report also. And birthday celebration, uh, we don't celebrate birthday as like outside, oh happy birthday to you and all that. We don't exchange messages too many. We definitely wish all the children themselves in the class, they say today is my birthday and all, and parents, the teachers, they and the other friends, they do wish them. But the most important culture according to Shastra is two, three things. One is on the birthday, that is on the day of that nakshatra, especially on the nakshatra of a month, it's called Ayurvardhapana. Means on that, every month actually birthday happens. Every month the nakshatra, the child is born, there should be a puja in the temple, or there can be a go seva, or even in the house parents can make a special dish and offer to the Lord and give the child. So every month the nakshatra of the child, they should be, this is called Ayurvardhapana. Every month there is a birthday actually according to Shastra. So and of course annually whenever there is a that birthday, they should take blessings of elders. This is the culture actually. The culture is that they should seek blessings of all the acharyas, teachers, other elders. So this way, and we have a Goseva club on, especially on that day. Please go to serve mother cow, or on Sundays you can go serve mother cows, etc. Serve the Vaishnavas. So that is our basic, traditionally that is how we would do, and that's how we follow. Okay. Festival celebration, we have a active program. Every time we have festivals, we celebrate them, and we encourage parents to help the children celebrate these festivals. And various programs should be done. We have varieties of clubs also: role play club, Go Seva club, what do you call, authors club. Then we have all clubs are quite active. DT worship club, some or the other activities keep happening on all these clubs. So DT worship club, role play club, authors club, Go Seva club, shloka chanting club, like this. Holidays we have on, as you know, Ashtami, Chaturdashi, Amavasya, Purnima, and Sunday. So some in the initial first year, many were asking why this odd thing. Just give Saturday, Sunday holiday and be happy. But but actually, according to Shastra, as we also understand, today's Purnima is not a right day to teach anything. Actually, today mind is naturally very different compared to other days. So Purnima, Ashtami, Chaturdashi, these are the days when moon are in a different phase, and these times are good for swadhyaya, self study, or give them space for them assimilation of knowledge. So those are days or holidays for our calendar. We release the calendar every month. Much ahead we will release the timetable. So according to that, you will see the holidays and you can follow. They will have enough holidays. They will have good holidays, and they get used to it. Slowly they will get used to these different types of holidays. Okay. So although I told I will not go in detail, I did go in detail of some details of the policies. Thank you very much for listening patiently. I think I'm almost done. KCShiksha app, our Vijay Gopinath will have a demo very soon. Regarding certification and transfer certificate, annual certification will be there, and transfer certificate or bona fide certificate, I will, you can contact Mahabandhu Hari Prabhu. He is the person. I will send this detail just for your information now. I will send the detail we will send the details in the chat boxes, or this will be always available. This will be also contact numbers of all of them. We will send it. So onboarding, transfer certificate, bona fide certificate, fees, all this is handled by Mahabandhu Hari Prabhu. He is a PhD, but still handling this very humbly. Then KCShiksha app, Teams, timetable, parent support services. This will be handled by Vijay Gopinath Prabhu. He is there with us. Prabhu, Vijay Gopinath Prabhu. Are you there? Okay. Yes,
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hari Bol, yes.
Hare Krishna.
So Prabhu will be taking care of apps, Teams, timetable, anything you have, and any parent support services, anything you need related to attending the class, attendance, anything you need, you can always, regarding the class, you can contact Vijay Gopinath Prabhu. We have some products like we also may come up with some other product. We have toys and other things that we may time to time we may send out, and anything related to what I did not receive the toy I was promised, and like this, like so many things may happen. You can always contact Mahendra Prabhu. He keeps our stock in Mysore and sends out dispatches, receives, and all those things. So then we have Pradhan Acharyas. They are like one point contact. They're like second mothers to children. So they will always be available related to anything related to the class you want to convey, about anything about the curriculum, about the teachers, about the anything you want to discuss regarding their education. You can always talk to Pradhan Acharyas. This list also will be sent to you. We have Pracharya Mataji, Rasapriya Mataji, always available anytime. Mataji will also have one more support. So any one of them you can approach. And I'm available, your humble servant, anytime you can approach. Anytime I will be. If I am not available, I will at least reply the message or attend the call in any way. I will call back. So no problem. You can always approach us. Apart from all this, you can raise a query in the help desk. If you go to website, go to help desk as I showed, and you can always raise a query. This I'm having a problem. You can go to this help desk, and anything related to anything general issue, leave application, KCShiksha app, Teams, syllabus, about the teaching style, examination, certification, admission and onboarding, fees, attendance, anything parcel related, healthcare, anything you want to give a suggestion, anything you can come here and address immediately. We will take it up. So you can set that either it is very urgent or not so urgent, or you can set the level of urgency also here. Priority, is it very high priority, medium priority, like that. Okay. So this is all I have to say now. Thank you very much. If you want to avail any other further courses related to KCShiksha, you can always avail through after school. We have students from all different countries also. So mostly are Indian bodied, but some this year we have some others also from different countries. So that is also a mix of attendance from different countries. So children will have friends from all over the world. International school. Ours is an international school, and equal participation. We have good number of students. Last but not the least, if you are thinking of a year ahead, you can plant a seed. If you're thinking a decade ahead, 10 years ahead, we can plant a tree, a seed that which will grow as a tree. But if we are thinking a century ahead, we should educate the child. So this is most important. All our children in future, very soon, they will be in a very in the society. We'll be so happy to see them lead the nation, lead the country, lead the world in Krishna consciousness. It will be so happy to see them. So in this journey, I request your cooperation and support. Thank you very much for listening very patiently. Every time I gave a feeling that it is almost ending, but finally ended. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Hare Krishna. So I can take questions. It's too much. If you feel, you can leave. If you want to listen, any questions are there, I can address. Hare Krishna. So coming back to first slide, if you feel we have not addressed, I can address them. Madhvi, let me give chance to, okay. Harshita Mataji, you want to say anything?
Yes, Guruji. Actually, during the session, we will be teaching shlokas and chanting.
Yeah.
How do the kids' pronunciation, do you check unmuting every kid or how is it?
No. Muting, unmuting can happen from the child side. We can mute and they can also unmute themselves, no problem.
Okay.
And every child, for example, whenever they are pronouncing properly, we try to correct them there only. And during the class only, we make them. Each child is given opportunity to recite the shloka or the particular verse or anything that they are supposed to recite. We correct them there, then and there only.
Okay, that verification will be there because child may not be telling properly. If
Definitely.
they don't correct.
Definitely. We have taught Vishnu Sahasranama and most of them, they know up to 60 shlokas by now. There are 107 shlokas. Almost all of them know. At least up to, depending on the age group, we have some age groups we are taught up to 60 shlokas. Very good, not bad. They are done very good. In fact, we have evaluation. We evaluate. The pronunciation is the most important in the shloka evaluation. We check their pronunciations. Yeah.
So for the new children who are completely new to Vishnu Sahasranama Bhagavad Gita, I start from the beginning only, right?
Yes.
Okay. And some days when we are not able to attend the class, the work done in the class will be updated to us so that we can keep a track for the next day.
Yeah, very good point, Mataji. So in this, 2-3 things are there. One is the recordings of the class will be available, but that will be available if we go for Microsoft Teams license user, become a licensed user. So we will see how we can, there is some charge for that. We will, we can say that, we can announce that. The charge, this, I think, small change in the fees of the Microsoft Teams, but it's very minimal. I think there is around 150 rupees a month with tax. GST, it may come to 160, 170, that's it, per month. So per year, it may be around 1,000 to 500 maximum. So with that, the licensed user, one can become a licensed user. We will see how each child we can make them a licensed user. It's not a problem at all. Once they become licensed user, the recording of the class, whichever is missed, they can go for it. One method. Second method is they can always tell the teacher that I am going to be missing the class. And they can, of course, they can always ask the students, other friends, what happened in the class and go through that. or in the class assignment only, or before the class also. These are the things that will be covered. This information will be given. So they can prepare for that and come. If it is very crucial, no problem. Teachers will help always to again revise, go back and teach them. No problem. If it's one class or two class, it can be managed. If it's more than that, then usually what happens, it's become difficult to catch up. We cannot teach them separately. So for that, we request, that's why attendance is important. At the same time, recorded sessions they can go for if they're going to miss the class more frequently. That way.
So app demo will be given later or how is it?
Yeah. Vijay Gopinath Prabhu, we are going to schedule the app demo, right, Prabhu?
Yes, bro. Now we'll give them some idea, bro, like how the both teams and app, how we use.
I think it's
Tomorrow
too late. Huh?
Tomorrow the classes will start.
Class
So
will
just
start.
how to
So
join the class.
yeah.
So only
It's
teams can be,
available.
at least teams, they should have some idea of teams.
Okay. You can share the screen and show. Meantime, I will take a question from.
So I have one more.
Yes, Matas. Yeah.
So now my daughter will be joining in 9th grade. So
Yeah.
you're planning for 11th and 12th also to extend?
For the 11th and 12th, right?
Correct.
So we can go for 11th and 12th depending on number of students. If we
Okay.
have good strength of students, we can go for that.
Okay.
If only one or two, actually last time we had only 2-3 applications when we started KCShiksha.
Okay.
With 3 students, we thought of not venturing into it because it requires specialized training, attention and all that.
Okay.
And 3 students will be very difficult to handle. Only 3. So
Fine.
that's why we didn't go. But we have option. We can always go. If we have at least 5 students, we can definitely go for it.
Sure. Okay.
That's only. Manohar Govinda Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Please
Pranam.
accept it.
Pranam.
I got to hear in some classes, the students will be taught based on the concept, if they can apply, the higher things which they could have learned. So there is, I guess, there is obviously some shuffle of the syllabus, what is teach in outside and then what is taught in KCShiksha. If there is a to get a bigger picture of what are all the things our kids will be learning in continuing in KCShiksha. So is it possible to have a overview or overlook of the syllabus at each grade being covered? If there is no other issues or in sharing with that.
Okay. Yeah, we did share the syllabus document. Actually, Kaumara 1 we didn't do. Kaumara 2 onwards, we shared the syllabus to all the parents.
Okay.
Syllabus document we shared. This Kaumara 2 and also this we will ensure that it will be shared.
At least some time later, can I have a look into higher grades also, like
higher grades? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Prabhu is teaching in BITS Pilani. It will be very helpful. Prabhu can also help us. We can share. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
And Surabhi's mother, Pritikrit.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, just as you said, you have shared the syllabus document. In which group did you share?
Surabhi Mataji, name of the child, Mataji?
Surabhi.
Surabhi from which batch? Kaumara 1?
Kaumara 2. She's like 5.5.
No. There's new admission, right, Mataji?
Yes, new admission. Prabhu.
Yeah, not at shared. Last year, I'm talking about the last year.
Okay.
Yeah. we shared last year, like that we will share, Mataji. We will share. Yeah. Madhavendra's mother, Mataji.
It was previous question, I think.
Oh, previous.
Yes.
So, learn basics to operate the world, make way for the degree of the basic education. Yeah, this we will, because of our subjects that we are addressing, we will make sure that they learn varieties of subjects, which is in any other, math, science, basic things will be there. They will be, in fact, much better. I would say they will be much better than what they are going to learn in outside school, even in the academics. And as far as arts are concerned, Mataji brought up about arts, Divya Mataji. So arts, we have taught last time varieties of arts to our children. Garland making, stitching, cooking, making juices, fabric painting, art and drawing is there. Sangeeta we are teaching, Mridanga, Kartal, flute also we attempted. Our teacher was not able to because he is joining from US. But flutes also we will start by Krishna's mercy if we find another teacher. So flute also, and then varieties. 64 arts are a huge area, and we can go on and on. We can teach varieties of, we have addressed, according to me, 15 to 20 arts last year out of 64. Most of them we have addressed. Many of them we have addressed. There will be varieties in that only. Rangoli we taught for quite a long time. Rangoli. All these arts we have taught, varieties of arts. So in this academic year also, we look forward to teach varieties of arts. Every Sunday we have. So Sunday is a holiday, but some or the other art class will be there on Sundays. You may attend, you may not attend, depending on your situation. If you're going to the temple, you will not be able to attend. But even if you can schedule your temple visit, then you can make use of it. You can attend the art sessions also. Many arts are on Sundays, apart from day to day. During the class, there will always be one art class, any one of the art class. The same time on Sundays and holidays, we conduct varieties of arts classes so that we cover all the arts. We have seminars from professionals also. We request some professional, person. Like there are devotees who are into police department, devotees into lawyers, devotee in army, devotees in various fields. There are devotees. So we call them and to request them to give a address the children. So they come address, and children also ask varieties of questions. So this professional discussions, points, speech also will be there by different devotees. So that also we schedule. So that we cover. This way, we have Chanakya Niti, Mataji told you. Definitely that we are covering, and related to that, other subjects like values of life, that is also covered. Ramayana, Mataji, Rasapriya Mataji takes the sessions on Ramayana. So Ramayana is there. So these aspects we cover. We may improve on certain aspects. We will do that. There's a lot of room for improvement. We will do that. I think more or less from my side, it's done. Any questions, any points? Thank you very much for patiently being there. Any points you would like to say, please do.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this is Lekha Shravanti's mother.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was very nicely explained.
Yeah.
And I just had a problem last year. I had an iPhone. I couldn't. There is no KCShiksha app. Doesn't come for iPhone.
Yeah.
So I had to depend on my I used to refer my husband's phone for that.
Yeah.
So is there any, I mean, it
Yeah.
is there or not?
Yeah, actually this year we subscribed for the iPhone also. We have come up with the iPhone version also. In the iPhone, you can go to Vijay Gopinath Prabhu, what is the name of the app in the iPhone? In Android, you can directly go to what do you call
Play Store.
KCShiksha app. In the iPhone, the name of the app is give me a second. Vijay Gopinath Prabhu, do you remember our iPhone app name?
Before we are going in the Class Plus, but now there's change.
So in iPhone, just at the tip of my tongue, it's called my school app. 1 second.
My class.
Give me a second. Mataji, you have iPhone right now, right? In the App Store, you can check for My Institute.
Okay.
My Institute. And there you enter the code. I will send a code in the chat box.
It's My Institute Education.
Yeah, My Institute, RDVFC. There you open that and enter this code RDVFC. Then you'll be able to access our app.
It's R small?
Yeah, no, all capital RDVFC. But actually we need to add you into the app, then only you will be able to access, but you can download the app.
Okay, I'll download it.
Yeah, and then you enter this RDVFC code, you will be able to access.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, now it is solved. iOS is not an issue now. If anything is there, we can solve it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay. I think Manohar Govind Prabhu will take some time to send you the syllabus. It will take, we are reviewing the syllabus and reforming our thing. So it will take few, at least a month or so, but we will send you the document. Yes, Mataji. Harshita Mataji, please.
Sorry, you are calling my name.
I was just saying we'll take a month because we are reviewing the syllabus. We will send you the document once we are done.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Yeah, old one is there that we can send, but now we are in the process of reviewing the syllabus so that in next academic year we are. So that process is going on. Once that is done, we can send. Yeah, we'll send.
Sure, Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yeah. I'll take leave, Prabhuji, now, if you with your permission.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mataji. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Guruji. So this app is for kids use or parents use?
We have kids and parents actually. Both version is there. Yeah, separately it can be accessed. Usually what happens is the version which is kids, that only parents will see also, but parents can see their own in their app also and check the reports whether the child is attending or not. But usually what is happening is because these are younger ones and so always kids app is the only app that parents also check, so no problem.
Okay.
So kids can, if they're able to handle, like if they're small, of course we don't, they cannot do it naturally. But they're elderly, like Poganda B onwards, they can also handle to some extent. Poganda C onwards, they themselves they handle. Poganda C means above 10 years or 11 years like that. They can themselves handle, no problem.
Okay.
So
for
you said
iPhone,
9 years, no? They can themselves handle. 9 years means they can handle themselves.
okay. So for iPhone, you said My Institute.
Yeah,
What is the app for Android?
it's KCShiksha. KCShiksha.
Okay.
In Android, if you go to Play Store, you just type KCShiksha.
Okay.
You will see the app. We have not yet added anybody. Vijay Gopinath Prabhu will give the demo and add everybody now.
Okay. So demo will be rescheduled or?
Vijay Gopinath Prabhu, can we schedule that tomorrow, day after tomorrow? We should give them time. Day after tomorrow is better.
Yes, Prabhuji, can be done, Prabhu.
You can do one thing meantime, send the video of the, what you know, like last year.
Sure, bro.
So
Yeah, start with
Mataji
it.
and to all, we will send a video, a short video, how to use the app and the Teams app. Apart from that, a demo will be kept.
Okay, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Rasapriya Mataji, can we conclude towards?
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Thank you all very much for attending. If anything, any query, you can always approach
Hare Krishna,
myself, Vijay
Vishwanath.
Gopinath Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Approach all, myself and Vijay Gopinath Prabhu are available. So you can approach. And from tomorrow, we will be starting our classes. The timetable is already circulated, so you can go through that. And then come up with that. For joining teams, Prabhuji will be sending a video today. So you can access that. And if you have any doubt, you can always contact Vijay Gopinath Prabhu. Any technical issue, please, he will be helping us. Okay.
Vijay Gopinath Prabhu, for everybody's information, they can just click on the link and join, right, in the Teams?
Yes, Prabhuji. We have already sent the invitation for that class link has been sent to their respective mail ID. So they can join as a guest. Yes.
And I hope all the students are in the WhatsApp group. You've created a WhatsApp group, and any updates, it will be there updated. Yes, bro. That's it.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
So we can chant Hare Krishna mantra and conclude the program. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.